Hi, welcome to Faith for Life. This Life Pacific course is designed for ELN students specifically. We will be going over 4 recurring themes. The first is faith, the second is discipleship, the third is the church, and number 4 is lifelong ministry. What you have before you is our course site. You see that there is a place for course questions and prayer needs. Select this and add a new discussion topic to coordinate something with all of the students and with myself. The second thing you'll see is announcements. Every week, at least once a week, I will post a new announcement. This will be available on our course site here, but it'll also come to your email address. So make sure that you're checking your email address that's paired with the course site. We have our course outline here. We will go through this in just a minute. 2 things that you'll need to know about through the course is the 1st and 2nd Timothy report overview. This is a project that we will be working on toward the end of the course, and you will need to have access to that, so remember it's on the front page. There's also a link to the LPC library, which will be very helpful as you progress with this assignment and with other assignments in your other classes. So let me tell you first a little bit about me. My name is Sarah Warnock-Farrand. I'm working on my PhD in human trafficking, specifically looking at a charismatic theology of abolition. I'm going through the University of Birmingham in England, and I spend most of my time at home in Independence, Oregon, but I commute to George Fox, which is in Newburgh, about an hour away, and Canby, which is another hour away, to teach 2 different courses at those schools, and then I teach 3 classes for Life Pacific, and Faith for Life is one of my favorite ones. And I think you'll realize why as we get going here a little bit. It's just a really awesome opportunity to explore who you are as a leader, as a learner, and you get to become more adventurous in your faith through one of our texts, which is a lot of fun. So this is a picture of me with my husband, Mark. You might notice that there's a height difference between us. We like to joke that it's perfect because his arm fits perfectly under my shoulders when we walk next to each other. We met 5 years ago, got married 4 years ago. Here's us at our engagement site. I could not be happier to have said yes to this man. He makes my life infinitely more enjoyable and wonderful, and I grow closer to the Lord because of him. And he was absolutely worth the wait. Mark has a son named Tyler. He's 10 years old and full of life. He loves Pokemon. He loves, right now he's really into Pirates of the Caribbean, Legos, Nerf, general 10-year-old boy stuff. He's all into it. This is a picture of me with him. He's a really awesome, fun-loving kid, and we started off with fun and love, and it has continued, and it's been an absolute joy and honor to be a stepmom. This is my motorcycle. This is not me, but this is exactly what my motorcycle looks like when people ask. I love motorcycling. I love coffee drinking and reading and writing. I like fishing when I get a chance to go fishing. I love camping. My husband does not love it, so we have to pick and choose what activities we'll do during the summer to accommodate for the whole family. But he's a good sport about it. And then this is our puppy. Her name's June. She is a sheepadoodle. She's half sheepdog, half poodle. This is her in the window. You can see she's very fluffy. And then this is what she looks like more now as she's grown up a bit. So this is a very brief look at my family and me, and we'll get to know each other further down the road as we interact in forums and conversations about our assignments, and you'll get to know who I am a little bit better, and I really look forward to getting to know who you are also. So let's shoot back to our course site. What we'll do is look at our course outline next. So first of all, this is the fall of 2017. Sarah Warnock-Farrand is my name. This is my email address and my phone number. It's my mobile number, so you can call or text that number at any time. I prefer text over all three, but will accept any of them. I'm a big fan of communicating and even over communicating, so be sure to make sure that you are communicating with me as is necessary. So this course description is: the course prepares students for lifelong ministry in the context of the local church and marketplace by developing biblical models of faith development and holistic discipleship. The course is specifically designed for students participating in the Life Pacific College Emerging Leader Online Cohort Program. I'm really happy to be teaching as part of this cohort program, and love getting to know other students and interacting with people all around the world who are fascinated and passionate about ministry. I'll let you take a look at the credit hour policy on your own, as well as the relation to the college statement of mission. Let's bump down to the course objectives. So by the end of this course, you will be able to articulate a biblical model of faith development and response. You'll be able to explain a holistic model of discipleship that impacts all areas of life. You will be able to articulate a model of church life that embraces mission and discipleship. You'll be able to summarize the theological understanding of faith development and discipleship as expressed in 1st and 2nd Timothy, and you'll be able to compare traditional and non-traditional ministry roles and activities. Here are our course requirements and policies. First of all, it is required that you participate with weekly online discussions. We'll look at this a little bit further, but participation in the online discussions is really the meat of the whole program. You get the most out of the discussions, in my opinion. I learn most about what you're reading and experiencing through the discussions, so showing up to them at the appropriate times and dates is imperative. You'll be reading the assigned textbook and completing 8 reading reactions. These reading reactions will be a 1-page interaction of the text, which includes a summary paragraph of the assigned reading, a quote from the assigned reading, and 2 to 3 paragraphs of interaction with a concept in the assigned reading with which you either agreed or disagreed. So I'm having you interact with the text and looking at what you are pulling from it. You get to tell me what you're learning from the text. Then there will be 5 2-page reflection papers. This is a little bit different than the previous paper. I'm asking 3 questions. The first is, based on our course materials and interactions, how would you summarize the subject? So I want a summary of the subject that we're reading. The second one is, how has your view of this subject been impacted by your life experiences, including your time in an ELN School of Ministry? And then the third is, how could this subject matter influence your spiritual growth and ministry readiness in the years to come? You are allowed to resubmit these assignments, making changes that incorporate feedback from me to improve your grade up to 1 time. So my job isn't just to grade what you submit, it's to help you learn how to be a better writer and a better communicator, and I can do that by taking the information you've given me, giving you notes, and having you resubmit it. So that's always an option for you. There will be a 4-page report on 1st and 2nd Timothy. We will talk about this more and more as time goes on, but it will require the careful examination of this portion of Scripture and reporting on how you see Paul's instructions to Timothy reflecting the very themes we are discussing during this course. And then number 5, there will be an opportunity for you to earn extra credit by writing a 500 to 600 word article containing 2 things. 1, a truth discovered while in this course, and 2, a personal story about how that truth connects to a specific way you are growing in your ELN program. The way that this will work is you will be sending this to me as if you're asking me to publish an article that you have written, so it needs to already be proofed. This is not one that I take and make comments and return to you and have you return it back to me. This is something that you prepare on your own. You have other people proof for you, and then submit it in order to find part credit. So that's an exciting opportunity for you. So as far as the course organization goes, there are lectures. There are lectures already posted to the website, to the course site, that are either part video or PDF or entirely one or the other. But the lecture content helps. What it does is I've had the opportunity to read through the text that you're reading. I pull out what I think is most important, and I talk about it with you through a lecture online. And hopefully what that's doing is helping you see some of the meat from the text that you need to be pulling out and finding the things that are most exciting to you that you can reflect on and make part of your story. Then we will be having discussions. There will be 2 questions raised each week. You will need to thoughtfully respond to one of them in our weekly online forum discussion. So you only need to respond to one of them, and then you will you'll make an initial post to one of your instructor's questions. Then you'll have a second response post to at least 2 of your class members' initial posts. So the first part is due on Wednesday. The second part is due on Friday. So the response posts need to be more than just a, hey, good job, great point, or you're wrong. I want you to make a substantive response to what someone has said, giving them some feedback and making it something that can be fun and enjoyable for all of us. And then there are various assignments posted each week. These assignments include online discussions, reading reactions, reflection papers, or reports. At the end of this course outline is a course schedule that will tell you when each thing is going to be due. So here's an evaluation breakdown for us. You can look through that and the course grading scale on your own time. Criteria I want you to look through so you know what I'm looking for. Here are our required textbooks. 2 of them, the first and the third, you find as a free downloadable. The second one by Michael Frost and Alan Hirsch is called The Faith of Leap. It is an exciting text that people really love to get into, and I hope you find that to be true also. So there are a couple of things we're going to scroll through here that I want you to read on your own time. Let's look at course policies, though. Every assignment has its own due date. I do allow unexcused late work up to 3 weeks. I don't do this in some of my other courses. In some of my other courses, I'm a real stickler about making sure things are due because I want everyone to be on the same page. But with this class, I give you a little bit of leeway, a little bit of grace, because I want you to be working on the content and not getting distracted by the things around you. So if you need a second week to polish up the paper that you're writing, then take it. Know that you're going to be knocked off 20%. So the max you can get is a B, but I want you to get as many points as possible. So that's why I allow late work in this course rather than in other courses. I want to help you succeed and turn in the best that you can. To receive full credit for all work must be easily understandable by me and by the other students. Poor grammar is something that can be worked on very easily. So, for example, if you are making a forum discussion post and you're not too sure about your spelling and grammar, I would encourage you to write it up in a Word doc first and let the Word program tell you what your grammar and spelling looks like, and then copy and paste it into your forum discussion. So you have an idea of, that's June, my puppy. So you have an idea of what's going to work. Here is a standard 1-inch margins, 12-point, Times New Roman font. These are what we use for our papers. And then when you're saving your assignments online, to turn in online, I want you to save your assignments in a very specific way. This helps me so much when I'm grading all these papers from all my different classes. So the first thing I want you to do is put your student's last name plus the assignment title and the week, if that's appropriate. So for an example, my first week 1 reading reaction would be saved as Warnock-Farrand.week1.reading reaction. Students with disabilities, Life Pacific is very happy to work with students that need accommodations, but you need to talk to Academic Affairs in order to find that, so I direct you that way. Academic integrity is an extremely important piece of being an academic. It means that the work that you turn in is yours, and the way that we ensure that is by having you sign a statement saying that the work you have turned in is indeed yours, and failure to sign this statement will result in failure of the course. So let's look at our course schedule. First week starts on September 11th, and it starts every week. We start on a Monday, and so our dates are Monday through Sunday. I give you the topic for the week. I give you the reading. You'll notice down here TFOL stands for the Faith Love Leap. So we're going to be looking at our text for week 2. By Wednesday, you're going to be making initial posts to forum discussions. And then by Friday, you will be responding to 2 or more students' initial discussion posts. And then due Sunday is 1 or 2 little papers. Except for week 10, you have nothing because you'll be preparing for your 1st and 2nd Timothy report due week 12. There's a select course bibliography at the bottom. I encourage you to take a look at that and find some more books that have to do with the discussions that we will be engaging in and the content that we'll be looking at. Just gives you a more robust view of what has been written on the subject. All right, we're just about done. Let's pop into week 1 right here. This is similar to what most of our weeks will look like. There will be assignments, there will be a portion that shows you what's due. You are currently watching the course orientation and introduction, so that's perfect. We have an introductions forum. It's really cool to take part of because we get to introduce who you are to other people. Now, because you're in a cohort, you may already know several of the people in your class, but I ask you to take part in this partially for me so that I can get to know who you are. You will be watching the faith development video. You will be turning in a reflection paper based on faith development. More instructions are on this link. And here's where you will be engaging in the week 1 forum. And gosh, I think that's about it for now. So again, if you have any questions at any time, contact me. If you need some feedback on a paper, I usually turn papers around within the next week, but if you need something sooner than that, go ahead and let me know. I will be communicating with you if I need a little bit of extra time. I deal with chronic migraines, so that's something that's just part of how I live my life, and so I will communicate with you if I need a little bit of extra time in turning things around. So let's just be in communication. Let's pray for one another, and let's be each other's biggest fans in this class. All right, take care.